Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel to everyone that is part of the Aster community. Again, happy Sunday wherever you are around the world. As far as the broader market is concerned, we're seeing a little bit of a retracement as we could see across the board. Everything seems to be down right now, except three coins that are feeling a lot of love, and that is Dash, Aster, and Internet Computer. But we're going to be talking about Aster, as you can tell up by the title of the video. We are going to be seeing what's really going on, and this is an important update to be kind of focusing on based off of what has happened, and it kind of gives us a little bit of a better understanding, as we are obviously going further into the future. So Aster is up 25%, again, as per crypto bubbles, but I think it's up even more than that. When I pull out the charts, I will show you what's really going on. But looking at the price, $1.20 as we're recording this update, also up 25% on the Bitcoin side of things, with the valuation at $2.4 billion. But look at the 24-hour trading volume skyrocketed up to 2 billion. Absolutely insane. Before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So first and foremost, we want to obviously focus on why has Aster even got to the levels it has. Obviously, it's a decentralized exchange platform, perps, and obviously spot trading. And in terms of competitors, there's obviously a lot of competitors when it comes to dexes. But again, the biggest competitor that you could think of right now, another big decentralized exchange, is Hyperliquid. And reason why Aster even got to these crazy valuation is due to the fact that CZ Binance, the biggest exchange in the world, tweeted about this coin early on, obviously when it was in its early stage, and he has come out and said, once again, full disclosure, I just bought some Aster today using my own money on Binance. I am not a trader. I buy and hold. Let that sink in. So this guy, he has massive following on X and in general. When he's gonna come and tweet this, reason why the project even got to the crazy heights in the first place is due to him tweeting about it. And now he has come out and talked about it once again. And obviously, when you have someone as powerful as CZ come and talk about a certain project, it's going to gain attention, and that's exactly what it's doing right now. If you've been following the channel, if you've been seeing my overall take, that's something I've emphasized on every single time. CZ, Binance, behind it, obviously speculation that he's behind it, but this pretty much solidifies that he is a big believer. Look what he also says: I bought some BNB in the first month of its TGE 8 years ago and held all of it, except obviously spending some. Massive. Let that sink in. And that has brought in a lot of excitement. So, now the question is Aster really about to gain a lot of traction and, really battle it out with Hyperliquid? I've shared my personal thoughts with you guys on that. I made like an in-depth update early on. And I do believe, that could be a possibility, in my honest opinion. But again, before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. I kind of, feel a little bit left out. Reason why I say that is because Aster is a coin that I've been looking at during this massive market retracement. It's one of the coins that I was looking at, especially around where it was prior, but it has been able to break out due to the CZ announcement. Unfortunately, kind of giving me a little bit of you know feeling of missing out, because I should have accumulated some when it dipped down to that. But again, hindsight, that happens to everyone, when they miss an opportunity like that. But again, no one really knew that CZ is going to come and tweet this. But you must understand that if CZ is going to come and tweet something like this, it is going to have a positive impact. And that's exactly what it was able to do. But as far as the dominance is concerned, dominance broke out to 60.12% a few hours ago. So November 2nd, this is the first time we have seen, in the month of November. Of course, it's just November 2nd, but we broke out to 60%. Bitcoin, on the other hand, you could see for yourself, Bitcoin was sitting at $111,000. Here, let's actually take a look at Bitcoin on an hourly perspective. So Bitcoin was sitting at $111,187 a few hours back, but we broke below, below the 23.6 briefly, down to $109,000. But you can see the price of Bitcoin has picked back up, into the 23.6, and we are on our way to close the daily candle in this range. So again, due to this retracement, as you can see, below the 23.6, look what had happened to the dominance. Dominance was sitting at 59.87%. Obviously, it saw an uptick, and that caused altcoins to see a retracement. But let's take a look at Aster because that is what everyone wants to know. So this right here is, of course, the daily time frame for Aster. We're going to be taking a look at Aster's price on an hourly perspective right now, so to give you guys a little bit of a better understanding as to what's going on here. So again, let's kind of go back to October 30th. This was its low after this retracement, and you could see for yourself we saw 85.34 cents retested. Anyone that accumulated around there, and I know a lot of viewers on the channel that follow the Aster updates, we're buying Aster around that price point, and I can also see it on X, based off of what community says. And again, if anyone was able to get in around here, you saw a move of 50% in a matter of 3 days, a 50% increase. But again, majority of that coming just over the last few hours. We're looking at a 41% increase just over the last 24 hours. I'm sorry, just over the last few hours. That is absolutely insane to think of. But look where we got rejected once again. Remember this resistance I talked to you guys about around the $1.22. You could see for yourself, we've been having a hard time breaking out of this key range since breaking below it on October 17th. A few wicks above here rejected. Another wick on the 26th. We got rejected. This time around, we went above it. We went to $1.28 because again, a huge spike in volume you could see for yourself happen when CZ tweeted this, and you could see the price went above the $1.22. We actually were able to go to the $1.28, but again, a little bit of a rejection. And you can see for yourself, we have seen the price drop below the $1.22. Again, if you want to put this into perspective, about a 6% pullback. But now what you want to be watching out for is over the next few hours, we still have about 2 to 3 hours left till the daily candle close happens. You want to see it close above this key range, but I think it's bringing in excitement once again, for Aster due to, the CZ tweet, and, with Bitcoin momentum shifting. And again, what's crazy to think about right now is dominance is sitting at 60%. It's sitting at 60%. Imagine when the dominance starts pulling down to, where it was, a few weeks back. Imagine once the dominance starts doing that, and Bitcoin obviously starts making its way up to the likes of $117,000, which again is our confirmation on the channel. And Aster's already sitting at $1.22. What does this mean? I personally think Aster could break above the $1.50 much quicker than a lot of people think. So again, this tweet has sparked a lot of interest once again. In my honest opinion, obviously I don't own any, and you guys know I bring you guys unbiased updates. Aster was one of the coins that was on my radar. I wanted to accumulate it because of course I'm willing to take the risk because I do understand the potential that Aster could really have based off of what it's doing in such a short span of time. It's been able to do crazy numbers as far as the exchange is concerned as well, and decentralized exchanges are getting more popular than ever. But again, in the next few hours, you want to see this resistance turning into support. If it's able to do that, I think we could see some excitement kicking in for Aster. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thanks for the love. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace.